Chris Mackowski of Emerging Civil War. Jim Woodrick is showing me around the Vicksburg campaign, and we are now on a part of the Champion Hill battlefield. Jim, tell us about this house behind us.
This is the H.A. Coker house. It was a plantation house associated with, surprise, surprise, the Coker family. They had about an 800-acre plantation in this area. And during the Battle of Champion Hill on May 16, 1863, the Confederates were posted on this ridge until late in the afternoon, when they moved to the next ridge to the west, and a Federal battery moved onto this ridge. And this was an area where John McClernand's 13th Corps was pushing very slowly against the Confederate position. Probably if he had pushed a little harder, the Confederate line would have collapsed, but he didn't. Over on the next ridge, interestingly, is where Brigadier General Lloyd Tillman was killed by a round probably fired from this location.
Now, the house itself was in ruins not too long ago, and to tell us about how the fact that it's been resurrected since then.
A number of years ago, the house went into the ownership of the Jackson Civil War Roundtable, and some very, very dedicated Civil War enthusiasts and preservationists spent many years raising money to preserve it, but it was a gigantic effort. Now, they were able to save it from complete loss until the state of Mississippi could take ownership of it. And the Department of Archives and History here in Mississippi took ownership of the house, and using a transportation enhancement grant, proceeded to restore the house. It was in very, very critical condition. The house was almost a complete ruin. So what we decided to do, a bit unorthodox, but I think you can see that the result is we still have the Coker house, but we took down the house piece by piece. Every piece was documented, numbered, and what was salvageable was put back. And thankfully, we have the last remaining structure on the Champion Hill battlefield is still remaining as a result.
And this is transitioning over to the National Park Service?
This is now owned by the Vicksburg National Military Park, and they will be putting out some new interpretive signs, I hope, in the near future. And there are other parcels of land at Champion Hill, several hundred acres, that has been transferred to the National Park Service. So within a relatively short time, we'll have a new national park to visit at Champion Hill.
So a lot of that thanks to the efforts of the American Battlefield Trust, very important partners with Emerging Civil War. They've done some great preservation work out here. And this is kind of like the Ed Barr's poster child battlefield. He's got a memorial out here elsewhere on the battlefield. So lots of cool stuff to see out here. Jim, I'm having a great time. Thanks for spending some time showing us around.
I'm enjoying it.
Wonderful. I'm Chris Mackowski for Emerging Civil War. More to come.